Good morning, YouTube world. Future of electrics, future of rewires. So you might recognise this job. This is one from the other day, the bathroom failure downlight install one. This one. So quoted, spoke to the customer. Wasn't too keen on the rewire to start with because everywhere's nicely decorated, upstairs, downstairs. So I gave him the option to go Quinetic. So to any of you lot that don't know what a Quinetic switch is, it's one of these, right? If you haven't seen Dan's videos from DSS, this is a wireless receiver, sorry. So what you do with this, I'll open it up so you can see. This is your receiver. So you wire loop in, and then out will go straight to your light fitting. From that, you would click this switch, and this is your complete wireless switch. So the best thing about these is there's no batteries in it, and it works off kinetic energy. So when you push this in, it creates a spark, and that spark then creates a signal to turn this on and off. Simple way to pair, press that, click that, it's paired. You can pair up to 10 switches with this. They work up to, I think it's 30 meters inside and 200 meter range outside. And this is just purely the wireless version. You've also got the Wi-Fi version, which is one Dan uses for outside lights, which I know he's had a little bit of trouble with. I think it's purely the fact to do with the Wi-Fi connection at the property, not the actual stuff. So first of all, expert electrical, Bundy 10, fuse boards, anything you need really, give him a shout. These switches that I got were from TLC, so thanks to Matt from TLC. Spoke to Dan, he said, go speak to them. They've got massive stockist of the stuff. It's the first time properly used them. I used one the other day, doing a utility light with a flat roof, so it works out quite well. So what we're doing with these is normally the Quinetic switches are a big normal one plate switch, and it's just sort of a big rocker. But to try, I didn't even know these existed. So this is obviously, this fits in an MK grid switch. So we're going to take the old light switches off, cut all the cables out, and then there'll be a grid switch that will sit in the back and then a faceplate. So this will ideally look like just a normal one gang switch. That's the plan. That's the plan. Adam's with me. So what we're going to do, he's just taking all the switches and lights off downstairs. We're going to do downstairs today and then upstairs on Monday. Today's Friday for us. We have two massive adaptable boxes that all the receivers are going to be going in. Because obviously once you start stripping out, you're going to have a bit of single core, single insulation visible. Probably just the earths really out of these. So we're going to take a main feed up here into the bedroom. In this box, there's going to be a massive adaptable box. All the receivers are going to be sat in there, and then there'll be one cable for each light then coming out. One to the lounge, one to the dining, one to the hall, one to the kitchen. So downstairs shouldn't be too much of a faff. From the fuse board, actually I'll bring down to the fuse board now and show you. So fuse board in here, which is annoying slightly because you've got to the right hand side here, old colour twin and earth supplying upstairs and downstairs, but once you go upstairs, it's then running single core cable. So I'm going to try and find a junction box so I can hopefully use this main supply. If not, we're going to be drilling out where the PV people have, conduit will be outside, and then drill it back through. So what I'm just going to do is going to get the landing up now, see if we can find that joint box. Adam's near enough taking all the supplies, fixtures off downstairs. So as I say, it's my first time properly using them. It could be the future. You don't have to turn around, chase people's walls out, make a mess. They have no cost of a plasterer or a paint and decorator. It could work out really well. The cost for the stuff is expensive, but then if you put in the amount of time and effort it takes you to chase out, you're still making a little bit to a degree on putting the switch in, but you're not making any of the labour intensive stuff, making a mess. So swings and roundabouts. I think from now on, each rewire I'll give the option of doing Quinetic stuff or just the old fashioned way and see how we get on. Right, I'm going to take some boards up, so I'll report back in a minute. Right, we've already found the first, without swearing, sack of feces. So single core cable, and then what they've done is spliced into this here is the ring. They've just cut out of that the earth and given the light fit in the lounge downstairs and earth from the socket circuit. Sweet, bro. And then what's that one? Oh, that's old rubber Ooh, it's cracking. Ooh. I don't think that's live anyway. I'll double check that. Oh. And this is how much slack they left. Look, curled up in the floorboard. That goes down to what was an old wall light, which isn't there anymore. He's coming.
Did I tell you what them breakers at college?
Go on.
I can't remember what make they are, but you know normal breakers, when it's down,
Yeah.
that's off.
Right.
These ones are them down, they're on.
Right. Oh, that here?
No, like.
Oh, wait, you can't. Oh, right, okay.
I'm using it.
Right, so what we've done, board up, we found the spider's nest that is all the single core, single insulated cables. We found this beautiful junction box. We removed this twin. We've just done a ZS on it. Well, we've just done a power, but just done a ZS on it, and 0.54. So we found the newer supply someone put in for the downstairs lights, and then this one here is the new supply for the upstairs lights. So we don't have to run any more cable down to the board, so it's a bonus. Happy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's just, well, getting rid of all this really. So we've got that now, so I can put some blocks on that just to make it safe. Have you put the lock and off kit onto the board?
Yeah.
Sound. Yeah. I'll report back in a minute. We can start with some cables. So what we'll do with that, we'll have a joint on it. We'll take a permanent supply all the way across here, across there. Adam, just push that door open a sec, mate. Across there, and then across into the little bit in the corner. We're putting the box in there purely the fact it's accessible afterwards. So if anything messes up or we need something to reconnect something or want a new switch add in, we can get to it. I've seen one person put it under the floor before. Not a great idea, but you've got to do what you got to do. And then the next box will be literally just sat top of the loft hatch, accessible as well. So I'm going to start getting some boards up to get a nice run over. We've already got loads of joists to run anyway, and then get some rods out. Right, I'm going to try and get snippets as much as I can because I've only got 2 days to do this. Adam's, we've got the run through. Like I said before on videos, if there's a board that's got screws that's been up before, take it up, see what's under there. We've got old rubber there that's been burnt to hell and snapped, but I've tested it, it's disconnected. Sorry, I'm trying to speak like this into the microphone. No, it's right. And then you've got the 2 singles there, which run to the lounge light, which come across, which is spider nest stuff this, so that's going to go. We're going to put a new joint on the 2.5 for the ring to make that safe. Get rid of all this. Do a nice 1mm feed all the way across into there. We've got that board up there. We've got a snippet there. So all the feeds will then come up here, sit in our adaptable box, all our receivers, and then back through that. So the first one will come for lounge light, bang straight through there. We'll take one back onto the landing, which will do the hall. Go on, mate, carry on. Across here, up here, and it'll be the dining room. So we're just gonna have to, because the joists run this way, we'll probably just take this one up that's already been taken up, measure out roughly where it is, take one up here, take this line up above that, and while we're doing it, we'll be just going across, snipping off all the old single core. Right, as and when I can, I've just stuck you on the hat and it's called a time warp GoPro thing. It's not quite time lapse, but it's meant to be smooth. So I don't know how well that came out, and I hope it hasn't given you a headache like the last time I tried it. I want to try and get as much footage as I can, but at the same time not waste, I won't say waste my time, but get in the way of the job. Because we're here to do a job at the end of the day, and video is just an extra thing I can do. So I'll stick you on the hat as and when I don't really need to talk through things. So we've got the board up, I've drilled my holes through. We've got this, so the cable actually goes through at the angle on the beams. That's nice and neat. So what Adam's doing now, got all this done. So main feed, which is going to be boxed onto this one. Our hallways in there, new routes out there. This is the one going to the lounge. Customer's actually sat in the lounge right now, so we're just leaving that for the time being. Put across there. So Adam, what are you doing right now?
Labelling up. So I've labelled that drum one.
Yep.
This drum 2, and then both of the ends. So we've got drum 1, drum 2 for the kitchen and dining room.
So what's the reason for that? So when we pull it,
so when we split off, we know which is which.
okay, so we can label it one end kitchen and then dining room, yeah?
Yeah.
So you're going to take that up, we're going to bring that back through when we need to. The route we can, it'll come to here, then the kitchen will spread off that way, and the lounge will spread, dining room will go this way. So once we've got the dining room in, and we're going to put the floor back down straight away, carpet back down, and then we're just going to drag a few of this stuff into there. Customer's been very good and done all this for us in both rooms. He lifted the carpet here. You know, you can't really ask for anything better, to be honest. So, cheers, Jay. Oh wow, I'm hot. Well, it's going so well and so quickly, which is nice. But just showed Adam a bit of rubber cable with VIR. So if anyone that hasn't actually experienced it yet, this is what happens to that. So it gets so hot and brittle that it literally just snaps and crumbles in the floor, and then obviously they touch together and bang. That doesn't go there. No, I threw that. Near all the feeds upstairs I've run this one here, which is looped. We've moved some stuff back into here, got the floor up. I'm just taking the kitchen light down, that should just be there. There's an additional outside light to go on. So we've just took some boards up, it'll feed down through there. We'll just drill up to the front door for now. So there's just one more run to do from there, through here to there. Boards are all back down in here now. So once we get that kitchen one in, run that one in, we can then do the joint over there and once again connect up in the floor here and start going around with some switches. So yeah. As it stands right now, we've made really good progress. So all the cables are running everywhere. We started putting a few boards back down. Adam's starting to put the light fittings up downstairs. You okay, Ad? Yeah. So what I've done here, poked through, the cables have come up underneath, put them in the adapter box. I put some stuffing bands on just to grip them, you know, there's no moisture inside, it's just one of them. So a few ways I can do it. So there's 4 in here as it stands because an outside light isn't going to be wired in, it's just going to be coiled there for future proofing with the front door. So we've got 4, we've got hall, lounge, dining room, kitchen. So I've just unscrewed these, screwed these back to the individual ones, I'm going to stick some labels on them. So feed in, so because I've never done this before, and it's an adaptable box, like it's fingerproof, so we're IP rated, so I can use single insulated cable. I'm tempted to put a Wago here and one there, so I can literally loop in and loop out, and then put all my earths, my CPCs in together, all my lines, and then your neutral should just go across. I have a neutral one. I think that's probably going to be the best option because they're not that big, the joints. I don't want to be putting 2 in each and linking them through when I could just do a block each side, and then it'd be easier when I want to then put the outside light in I can put another receiver in straight off the block, bang. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm going to label it up for what's what, and I'll show you finished product in about a couple of seconds. Okay, so this is where we're at. Labelled, Wagoed, in. If I was to do it a different way, yeah, I might take the grey insulation into each one and then double them over. But so what we've got live in. Sorry, I'm filthy fingers. Live in, and then each one has then got its own live. Got neutral over here. Each one's got its own neutral. CPC, and then the CPC is then just reattached to the load side. This is my outside light that I just put away go through because there's nothing connected to it yet. So then on each one, so you got your in and then your outs, which each go to each one. So dining room, I've labelled that up, dining room, kitchen to kitchen, living room, I don't know why I didn't call it lounge, and hallway to hallway. So I'm fairly happy. The switches are also labelled up on the back. I'm just waiting for Adam to turn around, turn around, wire the last kitchen light up, put the floor back down, put the landing back down, put the box on in the hall. You ready, Ad?
Yeah.
He's ready. So we'll power up, and then I'll just show you how you link these up, and then we'll take them down and stick the grids on. Right, I'm sending Adam downstairs. He's going to be my lookout. I'm going to start pairing. So we've got power up. So first of all, Ad, let's do the hallway, yeah?
Yeah.
So with these, you're meant to hold them for 3 seconds. It should be a red indicator, which is flashing, and then pair that. That's then turned that off. So I'm going to turn this now. This should activate the hallway.
Yeah,
On.
Off.
Sweet, simple as that. Right, let's do living room next, mate. 3, flashing light. It's activated that. Ready?
Yeah, on. Off.
Okay, let's do dining room next, mate. 2, 3. Dining room switch. Okay.
No.
Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3. Is that coming on and off?
No.
Dining room.
Yeah.
Right, it's activating up here, so we might need to just check the connection at the fitting in a sec. Let's try the kitchen now, okay? I'm just pairing it up.
Yeah. Off.
Right, so dining room on, dining room off. All right, we're just gonna go and investigate that sec. Right, so that was Adam's fault. It didn't work. Wasn't really. It was a loose connection in my end up the receiver, so my bad. Tell you a few things about these which I find really interesting. So you can add up to 10 switches per receiver, which is cool. Outdoor control distance is 160 meters, which is just ridiculous. Indoors it works up to 30 meters. So it's amazing. I'm so impressed. So impressed. This is the kitchen. Oh. Better not do that, break it. This one's gonna get the grid switches on now. Adam, you.
I'm just putting this light back up.
Okay, good lad. Hallway. So what we'll be doing here, I'm gonna cut this one off. I can't do that yet because that still controls upstairs, which is we're not doing till what is Monday now. So I'll put that back on. They'll just have, that's not that one. Where's the hallway? Boom. Oh, I'm super impressed. And the lounge one. So I'll get the grids on. Oh, I'll show you them now. Single grids, face plates they are. And then there's the grids. So I'll get Adam to hold it while I put one on. Show. Right, so the module just goes straight into the grid. And the grid, can you put it either way, upwards or downwards? I'm just going to do it downwards. voila, we now have a new switch with a new feed with no damage whatsoever. Okie pokey. That's in. It's going to be labelled up saying danger 240, but that's screwed down to the floor. So it's quite a good access point. I think if I do it again in someone's house, it's going to be, that sort of be situated in the airing cupboard, but they don't actually have an airing cupboard here, so that works out quite well. I've tidied up, floor's back down. Just going to give it all a hoover in a minute, and then it's Friday today for us, so we'll be back Monday. Go upstairs done, get it signed off, the bathroom done, so I will see you in a couple of seconds next week.